Alright, I have fixed the major offending bug that made me stop the last video. So here's my little punching simulator as it stands. I have an infinite terrain generator here. I stole it from Sebastian Lag's open source project, and quite frankly I won't be giving it back because I love it. So what I do is I spawn in houses just randomly in a certain area, and those houses then spawn agents. And there are 3 different factions. We've got the homeless bums, we've got the SWAT team, and the punk chicks. And what happens is they all go out and try to fight each other. Their pathfinding is garbage, so, you know, you're going to have weird things like them running into cliffs. And I'm not too overly worried about that because this is a prototype, and it's a fun prototype, but it is a prototype nonetheless. So I have a lot of degrees of motion, and I just realized that I have 8 degrees of motion and different animations for those different 8 directions. I noticed that my compass on the bottom doesn't transfer when the character dies, but I'm going to show you here a cool feature. When my health reaches 0, I'm going to transfer to another existing agent of my faction, and I'll be able to go run around and, you know, punch people from there. But what I really want to do, and the reason why I'm doing this, is I'm trying to pull the player out of the I'm a one-person space and into an I'm in the entire faction kind of a headspace. I would like to get, you know, individual characters to be upgradable and all that, but that's a way to go. Another cool feature I've been working on that has given me surprisingly few issues is this punch system, right? So I have left and right punches because I think that games like Last Oasis and Mordhau have excellent combat. I like the directional combat, and so what happens is the player controller will store the last rotation of the last movement of my mouse. So if I move left with the mouse and swing, it'll do a left punch. If I go right, it'll give a right punch. And what I need to do from here is implement a sort of blocking, a left and right blocking, so that I can block incoming right hand attacks with my left hand and incoming left attacks with my right hand. Because skill-based combat is best combat, quite frankly. And I'm just going to run over here and punch a bunch of cops. Get turned around, and maybe if I'm lucky, they won't turn around and punch me back, because they're focusing on this house. I do want the houses to be destroyable, since they do spawn agents. Destroying a house would prevent further agents from spawning. And I'm going to get my butt kicked. Which would be essentially an easy short-term win condition. I'd also like to be able to build more houses and more structures, like, you know, build a blacksmith to create weaponry, to upgrade your dudes. But, you know, we have a ways to go, and this has already proven to be kind of an interesting project, and I'm kind of happy with just how few bugs there currently are, relatively, because I have just been killing so many bugs. But I know it doesn't look like much. It needs a forest, I think. But it also needs pathfinding, because this little bit right here, where the guy is just walking into a wall, is a bit of a problem. I started looking at nav meshes. I've never actually worked with nav meshes before, so that should be an interesting adventure. I'm used to playing in 2D, right? All of my previous games have been 2D games, and so this whole working in a 3-dimensional world is proving to have additional challenges that you know, I wasn't fully prepared for. But yeah, it's progress. Things are sort of coming together, even if I don't really have an actual game. Yeah, well, rip that guy. It's all right. That's the extent of it. This is all there is. The only points that you get are the points for left strike and right strike, and really that's just a debug to make sure that my hits, my attacks are landing. So the homeless guys are about to get absolutely overrun by punks. Nope, the punks have attracted the ire of the rest of the homeless. So I think that's enough. I'm proud of it. I think it's pretty cool, and it's coming along nicely. I won't be able to work on it for a while since I have a work thing to do over the weekend, but it's all right. You know, it's all right. I hope you guys have a great day.